So, hey everyone, I'm live here with Bnjy right now, and we are going to be annotating Robert Richland and Chris Vicary. Robert's drawing his tiles, and he doesn't have a rack yet, so you better grab one from the side.
I tried playing Scrabble without a rack once. It's not as easy as it sounds.
Yeah, so I'm going to turn off the mics now, and it's up to you, Bnjy. Bye.
Alright, I guess it's all up to me. Can you hear me? Yes, no? Alright, great. Okay, so... Who's on first? Rob? Okay. I just typed a fart in there. Oh, looks like afara is a word that I did not know. Afar, if you don't know that, afar is fine. I actually might like that even a little bit better, just because it sets up your A. Quackle doesn't really have a huge preference between... Okay, so he does play afara. Does he? Okay, great. And wow, battle of the duplicate letters. Quackle's best static play is Flood, which is fine. I'll run a quick sim here, but I don't really see any problems with just playing for equity here. It doesn't really open anything crazy. Lotto is nice if you want to keep it more defensive, but the leave is a little bit worse and it scores one less point. Quackle has them in just about a dead heat. It's a good turn. Oh, kloof is interesting. Is that a word? Ah. My Quackle doesn't have new words yet. It is not a word. Wow. So, yeah, it's going to go on the board and it's not going to get challenged. I never understand phonies in 5-point challenge. There's just no reason for it. Unless he thought kloof was a word. He might be confusing it with KLOF. But yeah, here, diller is a word which I did not know. Probably because it's columns only. And if you don't know that, Thriller is a final alternative and also a great Michael Jackson song. And he will play Thriller, and his opponent will be fighting for his life against the guy with 85 points. Yeah, I'm having trouble keeping up with all of this rapid fire Scrabble. Here, QI is a fine play. Or if you want to take that spot, DEID is also okay. But the leave is just horrendous there, so I might just play QI. Oh, okay. In that case, demo is a fine play. And now we have to deal with this rack. At least I don't have to do the analysis twice. I still think QI is fine unless something got opened. Moodied is a new one for me. But QI is absolutely fine here. So I have a question. Did someone challenge a play? Because I have Chris at... Oh, he played Mead instead of Demo. I should pay more attention to everything going on. BOVENOT. Is BEVONOT a correct rack? That's what I said. BOVENOT. This is a really unfortunate turn, actually, for Chris. I think he really wants to get rid of this V here, and he's probably going to spend a bunch of his clock trying to figure it out. But there just aren't any reasonable plays that do it. The best one is like vote. Knob is not something I would ever play. I'd rather just play Obento. Scores more, and it just scores more. Hey, it's valid analysis. Right. Jessica says that it scores more is my analysis. Expert analysis, I know, but it is valid. Sometimes you just want to make the highest scoring play. Here, the best play looks to be a word that I don't know. It's Dooced, DOOCED. This game has been really fun for me because I don't know any of the words. The sim actually just prefers dock fishing. Modes isn't a horrible rack to be fishing with. You're a little bit behind. Or no, you're a little bit ahead. God. But Kloof scored more than everything else, so therefore it was correct. I think Doc, Deuced, or Ditto. DIDO. Yeah, this is actually a thinker. I would have spent a lot more time on the Obento rack. Is Chris generally a pretty speedy player? Yeah, it's a different. Jessica says it's a different player. It is, but it doesn't change the fact that I would have spent a lot of time on that play. A lot of these other plays have been pretty obvious. Kloof not exactly included. Maybe I just don't have a clue what I'm talking about, though. So these are situations where I really don't know exactly what to do myself. I would probably just play Doc since I don't know Deuced. Or maybe Doco, DOCO. I actually kind of like that a little bit more because it opens up another lane. This isn't the easiest board to bingo on. You have ES and emos. ES bingos making any and emos, but it's not necessarily super ideal. And that's only one lane. What would you play here, Jessica? I'm actually curious. I have no idea here. But you've had this is the only play that you've had time to think, though. doomed. I don't think he's ahead quite enough to be blocking a lane at this point. Okay, so he plays Tomb. The problem with that play is that it keeps 2 Ds. But it's not a problem when you just draw EN blank. Okay, so quote seems pretty clear here. And Chris will continue playing incredibly quickly, and this play is correct. But he's about to get saddened. Jessica is typing brownie face that fell apart, but it describes the best play here, which is saddened to A1. Also, soddened is equally good. And Rob will find saddened. And if he knows soddened, it's not a bad alternative to... Oh, he will not find saddened, which is saddening. He will play designed, which I did not know. Because it is Collins. I don't know any Collins words anymore. I never knew that one to begin with, though. Okay, so Chris has another pretty clear play here. He could just play Nerds for 56, which looks pretty good. I really hope that when you post this game online, you leave some of those comments in by accident. No one will have any idea what you're talking about. I'm talking to Jessica, who keeps typing things in the comments because that's her only way of communicating with me. And here, I think the best play is probably going to be something like Nancy or maybe Cynic. I haven't generated any choices yet. Oh, wow, it's a Collins 6 that I did not know. Picnic with a PY. What a dumb word. Oh, he played the wrong Nerds. Nerds played at D11 for 11 more points. That's one of the risks of just playing too quickly. I'm sure Chris would have found that if he had taken just a few minutes. Oh, is this a different rack? His rack is WH. Okay, so that's Chris's rack now, but it's not his turn, is it? Wait, it's his turn? What did Rob... Oh, he played Yay? Okay. I am not keeping up. You are lying. I would have liked to score a few more points than Yay just by playing something like Cynic. I know it opens the board a little bit, but it's 30. Oh, sorry, just ignore that comment. Yay scores 26. I thought it scored 20. I still think Picnic, Pycnic, is a better play if he knows it, though. And then Winch comes down. I don't really have anything to say about it because I didn't spend any time analyzing it. I'm just trying to keep up. And now we have this rack for Rob, who's up 40 PI and ACIE. Quackle's first suggestion is CAPI, CAPI, which I forgot. The only problem with that is it opens a line, but that line isn't really that dangerous. Oh, Quackle also suggests panic. Panic. This might be a good time to panic, actually. So I'm actually going to open up. Sorry, just trying to. Nope, just fell behind again. And I can't see what he played because you're typing stuff in. Sorry. To those of you who are watching my commentary, I apologize that I am not keeping up with this. Oh, wow. Yeah, there's a bingo here. And it's one I knew, actually. So Rob can really put this game out of reach if he finds untwines. If he doesn't find untwines, wine is a fine play. I'm sorry, wine is at L1. Thank you. I don't like unwit because it just sets his opponent for a huge spot. Unfortunately, his opponent seems to be having some trouble with his rack. It's still a lot of points. If his I'd even rather play something like was than unwit. Yeah, this is probably a good one to sim, but don't kill your computer. Up too late. Actually, no, I lied. This is not a good one to sim because Untwined is a clear play. Why don't I sim? Because the clear play is Untwined. Okay, it sounds like a play was made. It looks like win is coming down, which is not a winning play, unfortunately. But will win quite a few games just because his opponent is in some serious trouble here. This looks like a very easy exchange, unless there's a huge X play that I'm missing. So Vox isn't bad, but as you might have seen quickly, Vibex does what Vox does, except a little bit better. It's going to be very tough for Chris. In any case, it's just going to be very tough for Chris to outrun Rob with this awkward rack. He needs to draw something like a G for egg and then have a play in the next turn. I'm sorry, E for egg and then have a play in the next turn. So there's a hook here that I did not know. You could hook fet with an A. And before you talk about my lack of cheese knowledge, it's spelled with just one T in the United States. That did not stop her from talking about my lack of cheese knowledge, though. Love will come down. And this is the problem that I was talking about last turn with play like Vox. Now he just has a horrible rack and can't score anything anyways. You're not going to be able to outrun unless you actually are able to score points. Which is why I kind of liked exchanging last turn or even just playing something like Vox. In any case, Gouge is coming down. Quackle's first suggestion is FA. Pants, P-A-N-C-E, is also a word. Those two plays are going to be better than most other options, except Quackle really likes P, but the problem with that, the nice thing about P at M2 is that the nice thing about that is that he has only there's only one E unseen, and he already has one. Other than that, it looks like he's gonna play Penne. Which is similar to Epee, but just scores a little bit less. And I think the leave is a little bit. Actually, no, the leave isn't that much worse because there's only one E out. But there are a lot of other vowels out, which is unfortunate. Ooh, Vibs is a beautiful play, which Chris will slap down quite quickly, it looks like. Does exactly what he needs it to if he's just trying to outscore. Unfortunately for him, it looks like Rob has a bingo here. He could just play re-raises. Ooh, that's really funny. But it's still worse than re-raises. Yeah, it's scary to play that because of the EID slots, except there's actually nothing that goes there. It only looks scary. It's like a ghost that isn't real. But in any case, re-raises comes down, and the stakes have been raised. And Chris cannot catch a break here. I would assume that he is 0% to win at this point. Don't look like there are any bingos in the pool, and he's not going to be able to score enough to outrun. And his rack is lousy. His rack is almost Oigaya, but unfortunately there are no Ys unseen, and the Ys on the board are safely tucked away in Yay. There's someone outside my apartment playing Huey Lewis and the News. There's never noise near my apartment, which makes it really fun, ironic that it's happening right now when I'm trying to do commentary. Do you like Huey Lewis News? You've, you've never heard the song Power of Love? Haven't you ever watched Back to the Future? Is that what you're saying about my fun or about my commentary, or is that what he actually played? It looks probably what he's actually played, which given his awful rack. All right, so let's see if I can find a reasonable end game here. So I see Arctoid as a play. Which, if he wants to play GR off, he could probably surprise his opponent with that. He could play Rig and then have Arctoid. I don't find these cute plays often, so I have to brag about them when I do. Unfortunately, Rig is apparently not a good play because he has to worry about his opponent's J plays, it looks like. Quackle likes Arai at best. Blocking what looks to be Bnjy. Oh, okay. The reason this... Oh, yeah, Jock is playable there. Either way, it looks like he has J play. He could play Jock here, or he could play Bnjy, where Arai was displayed. So you just want to score the most points in this situation. And playing Og and Arai is better. My Quackle screwed me up because it doesn't know that Og is a word yet. I do suck. As Jessica points out, I'm just not very good at this game. It is a tough hook to see, actually. And it explains why he played Ugg. He was trying to, like, get a desperate play there. Now, Rig is going to be his outplay. Oh, it looks like Chris doesn't see. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Trig is actually 10 points. He's actually 11 points better than Rig. We'll see if he finds it. It looks like Chris also missed Og. It's not the easiest thing to see, especially since it's only been around for a couple of years. And he's going to play the inferior Rig. But anyways, is more than enough to win the game. Congratulations to him. He'll move on to, it looks like, 6-1. Chris still in a strong spot. I think he was 5-2. All right, you can yell at me for my awful commentary now. I was a little distracted by
Huey and What's-It-Face.
Huey Lewis in the news.
Yeah,
No,
Huey What's-It-Face.
Come on.
Oh, now the players are destroying the board. And we can't tell them what they missed. No, it's fine. Oh, it's back. Oh, magic. Does anyone want to know what they missed or not? Or what the phony is on the board? Oh, yeah, there's a phony on the board. No. No.
Let's go backwards. You'll find it eventually.
No, it's not Gowd, it's not Fett, it's not Mead, it's not Designed. Yeah, it's Kloof.
Really?
It's what my Quackle said.
Tell him it's just with a K.
Yeah, Bnjy said it's Kloof with a K. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it was probably the best move of yeah. If you want to know some other things,
Blood
just
was
let
just
me know.
as good.
What about one of the new CSW 15 front hooks for
It's also TWL, so I have no excuse.
Yeah, it's fine.
Ugg
Sorry,
takes
I'm
an
trying to
A.
listen to 3 people at once. Well, you could have played Jork, Jauk, for like 53 up there. Jauk. Well, now you do. Now. It's free challenge as well. Oh, and
Oh, this is free challenge.
Quackle liked Vibex over Vox. Still burning the blank, but Vibex slightly better because it burnt the B as well.
This is free challenge?
Yeah, this is free challenge, Bnjy.
Oh, then there's no excuse for Kloof, or not challenging it.
Good job they can't hear you, and only I can. Also, there's Thriller. So Thriller without the first R. Thriller. Yeah. And Nerds went beside Quote as well for like 13 more points. Yeah. Not getting a reaction. Yeah. Yeah. But at the same time, 13 points, nothing to be sniffed at. There's a nice 6-letter word. Rob, you had a nice 6-letter word with your rack of Y's. You had picnic. Through the C. P-Y-C-N-I-C. Through the C of the phony. through the phony. Picnic. I know, P-Y-C-N... Yeah, I think it was N-I-C. Let's go back to the standings. We can get rid of that.
So the big miss this game was actually Untwines.
The big miss of what was what, Bnjy? I'm sorry, I've turned you down.
The big miss of the game.
I've turned you down, Bnjy.
No, that's okay. I was probably too loud anyways.
No, it's just I'm trying not to let the players hear you through my headphones. Nobody's complained yet, so it's good.
Okay. Oh, okay, sure, during the game. I thought you were talking about right now.
No, I'm not that mean.
Play Untwines!
Oh yeah, Untwines. Rob, Untwines. When, through Nerds, when you had, oneies. No, Untwines, not sugar. Yeah, the games on Quackle will eventually end up linkable through the Centrestar webpage. The ones that I've done will probably go up tonight and they'll appear on there later, so it shouldn't be so bad. Am I bored of you yet? Not really. Bnjy, are we bored of Chris yet?
Well, I don't know. I don't know how long he's been at Board 1 for, but if he's winning games, then we're not bored of him.
Board 1, it's just by choice. We're not solely doing Board 1.
If other players want to turn, then that's fine too, but I'm happy to annotate anyone.
So here it will be 3rd place against 4th place next round. Chris Vicary and David Jenkin.
Okay.
Seems. So yeah, you see 3rd and 4th on my enhanced scoreboard over here.
Yes.
Yeah, 3rd and 4th. I'm sorry, I don't know enough CSS coding to get this to work properly. It will only show the top 10 and that's it. I can't do more than 10. Because Tish's default is this big. And I don't know how Dad can change the default on his end, so oh well. You're smart, you can work it out if you want. as you go silent. I can hear clicking. Bnjy's clearly doing something.
I'm just clicking around on Facebook.
Clicking.
I'm distracted by world standings.
Yeah, so what's happening? Have they finished their last game now?
They have.
Yeah,
so,
we can talk about the worlds. Like, I'm not going to say, Bnjy, you can't talk about the words. I'm going to kick you off if
okay.
you... Yeah, you can
okay,
talk
great.
about it. It's fine.
So, I have no fear.
Yeah, I'm not going to kill you, so...
So, obviously Nigel got in.
Yeah.
And obviously Austin got in.
Yeah.
In third place, with 23 wins, was Harshan.
Do you want to
So,
try and pronounce his surname?
Badasuria.
Yeah, Lamabadisuria or something like that.
Okay, that wasn't bad then.
Yeah.
Uh,
He like came back like a year or so ago after having like a really
yeah,
long break from Scrabble.
I actually met him at Causeway. He's a really nice guy.
It's weird. I've been around forever and I still don't talk to any of the players. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, he actually was chatted with me quite a bit there. I was wondering why he was so interested in just some like random guy, but he was
Bnjy, are
very.
you a random guy?
I mean, maybe not anymore. I did have a nice finish at nationals, but
Oh yeah, you stormed
pretty
nationals.
random when it comes to the World Scrabble. I don't know anything about CSW, and I'm not even in the top 100 in WESPA ratings. I think I'm a little bit underrated in WESPA.
You think you're not in the top 100? I'm not in the top 100 either.
All of my bad tournaments get WESPA rated, and none of my good ones do.
You should try being a youth player under WESPA ratings. You were severely underrated for a very long time until you actually start playing adult events.
Try being a Pakistani player. Those guys are absurdly underrated. Except for like Abdullah, who's probably still a little bit underrated. And Moise.
Yeah.
And obviously Wasim, who actually just also gained 66 points. He's probably a 1900s player himself.
Yeah.
So anyways, going back to Worlds, you have 2 players representing England. Representing...
we got down to 3, didn't we? There's still like another 5 left. No, we only got down to 3rd in the standings.
Yeah, so in 4th with 22.5 wins from Scotland was the appropriately named Neil Scott.
I know, I've always found that fun. I've always found his name fun.
Okay, I'm glad someone else found it fun.
No, it's like, sometimes in the UK you'll have people with the surnames England, Ireland and Scotland, but they're not from that respective place, usually.
We have an English in the US.
Yeah, English can.
But he's not...
He's not English. It's a bit of a Swizz, isn't it?
So he got in at 22.5, 12.5. We watched a few of his games. Just got destroyed by Austin. He in fact did. They put that game online, even though they were both locked for top 8, which was a huge mistake. There were plenty of other games.
Yeah, you should never really, like, at the end, you should never really put games on that don't really mean as much to the players. It's not that it's not interesting, it's just that you want to watch a game where
well, it wasn't interesting, also.
Well, you weren't to know that, weren't you? There could have been, like, 3 9-timers in the game or something. Just randomly, 3 9-timers.
Well, then take a picture of it. That's a good picture for Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
It's not a good game to just talk about for an hour. And after Neil, coming in 5th with 22 wins and a very good spread, Gutham Jayaraman from Singapore. He's the only player in the top 8 representing Singapore. I think he had quite a few fans in the chat. I think the highlight of his tournament was he tried a phony out I don't remember.
You don't remember. Typical.
Yeah, it was out bore. It was that boring.
Oh, yeah.
Which Brett challenged off, obviously. And then a few turns later, he played Oxazine for 133.
Are you going to spell that for those of us that
Oxazine?
Oh, yeah, I've heard of that one. Oxazine.
Oxazine, sorry.
Yeah.
And Brett was furious.
Oh, yeah, I could imagine Brett going off in a huff. He's that kind of person. Sorry to everyone out there that's a Brett fan, but that is what Brett is like. He would probably break some glass or something. You know, he'd be like that mad.
He lost his last 3 games, I think, it looked like.
I don't
So
I don't
he's-
want to like laugh at him losing the last 3 games, but I want to laugh at him losing the last 3 games. Like
3
I,
games.
I don't. Brett isn't really the nicest person out there. Just
So he will
my
not
opinion.
have a chance to...
Well, Brett has also
Just-
blocked me on Facebook, and I've got no
I-
idea why. I haven't even insulted him yet, so God knows why he's blocked me.
Well, you have now, so there you go.
Yeah, I mean,
But anyways, well, before we go too far into this,
yeah, we could go on
I'll
forever.
just say no, yeah, but this might not be the best place.
True, yeah.
He will not be able to defend his title, unfortunately for him.
Yeah. Only Nigel, I think, has defended his title in consecutive years, or is it at
he
all?
has. I think he won
Didn't he win
3
back-
years in a row in the U.S.
No, I mean like world's titles.
No, I know. No, he won 4 in the row at the U.S.
Nigel is a machine.
It's not fair. He beat Gibson by like over 170.
Yeah, you can't
To win the
Gibson
tournament by,
Gibson.
like, 10.
You
What?
can't Gibson the Gibson. You know.
Gibson was up a game in like 350 spread points and he blew it.
I'm sure
But
that's
anyway.
isn't that a new word to CSW? Blewit, BLEWIT.
I didn't know that.
Isn't it a
but
mushroom?
Anyway,
Mushroom. I think. You might have to enlighten me on the definition. But let's get on with the rest of the top 8 before we're here. Like
so yeah,
long that the next game starts. Which I'm not even
Yes.
sure when the next game starts because I haven't put up the timer.
in place, with much less spread and also 22 wins. Another one of your countrymen, Mark Nyman.
Knock Myman.
Nyman.
What
Nark
the hell,
Myman.
Benji? You've
I
just
don't
given
know.
him a new name. We'll call him Nark Myman.
I don't really.
Yeah, it's really bad that this is being streamed right now when you said that. Yeah, I'll shut up now.
You have things to say to the contrary.
No?
Okay, great. I'm glad we're in agreement.
No?
You have another person from your country in the top 8.
I didn't think that many people from our own country was competing.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
Well, that's why there aren't any of them at this tournament.
Yeah, that kind of sucks.
So also making it in, who I'm very happy to see in the top 8, played him at Niagara, and he donated quite a bit of money to Niagara. I was not expecting him to do this well, but he came out of nowhere at the end. It's Ely Dangor.
Ellie.
Ellie, okay.
Yeah.
It's just how a woman pronounces their name, so I thought it might be different.
No, Ellie's a guy.
No, I know. I know he's a guy. I played him in Scrabble.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, I haven't done thorough investigations, but I assumed he was a guy.
I hope you wouldn't do thorough investigations of people. That would be worrying.
That would be worrying.
Yeah,
But-
let's move on because it sounds like the games are about to start, so we need to get to the end of
Alright,
this
so-
really long conversation soon.
So in the final slot in top 8, the only person with 21 wins to make it, he has a spread of 1675, beating out Paul Gallen with a spread of 1202. The last person to make it was David Eldar.
Deldar, ooh.
Just missing out, losing the last game, were David Webb, Dweeb, as you guys know him,
Mm-hmm.
and David Koenig, who lost by 10.
Oh wow, Koenig. He was
Yeah,
he was leading the tournament. That's quite a shock.
Yeah, he was leading the whole way, so he
Yeah.
lost his last 2. He lost 2 winning in a row.
Ouch. I heard that the American players aren't going to turn up to this afterwards because they all want to commentate for the Worlds instead. So they don't want to play more Scrabble. And yeah.
They all just want to talk about Scrabble.
Yeah,
Oh,
they just
can they-
want to talk about
Can they
Scrabble.
show up for this? Is this just an early bird?
Yeah, this is just the early bird. The main event starts tomorrow afternoon after lunch.
Oh, okay. So, people were joking in the chat when Koenig made a questionable play that he was doing his best to make it to this tournament.
I don't know. Does that sound like Koenig?
No. He would never just blow a tournament on purpose.
Nobody should. They're reading out they're reading out who qualified for the Worlds now inside the main playing room because I'm in a side room.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah, so we've basically just
everyone
done
here is
exactly
interested
that.
as well.
Well, yeah, because most of the people that went through are English or Scottish or...
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Your country should be proud. You guys kind of dominated this tournament. You know, except for Nigel.
Yeah.
We'll
But
see
I mean,
if
it's also a last-minute tournament that was moved from Qatar to the UK.
Yeah, I know
so-
that you guys are kind of unhappy about that.
Well, I'm also kind of unhappy about that because it feels like we're unnecessarily getting like
Oh, yeah. You guys got screwed.
the Worlds all the time. Yeah, not just the BMSC got screwed, but also, you know, it's just so Eurocentric now.
Well, it's not the worst thing in the world for you guys, but
Yeah, but I don't play anymore, so...
no, I know. It would be nice to see something in like Thailand or
Oh yeah, like
Malaysia
it used
even.
to be. Like it used to be, yeah.
I don't know why they don't go there. Like I'm sure
I don't know, because MSI want to run it in Europe all the time?
it's probably the way. It's probably the cheapest for them. Actually, they won't have to buy flights for everyone to.
Yeah, and they're based out of Plymouth. Southwest England. If
That
you
would
don't
make
know.
sense then. But that raises a question of why would they want to run Qatar? They probably had some sponsorship and whatnot. That's
Why not
probably
run
the
it in-
reason why.
Why not run it in Qatar? Because Qatar is really bad right
That's
now.
why I said. That's actually how it's pronounced. It's pronounced Qatar. So.
Yeah, well, we don't say that in the UK. Or at least I don't.
Yeah, I assume that they had sponsorship to go, or they were probably getting quite a bit of money from their government to run it there. So it probably made that more appealing for them than something like, say, Thailand.
Hmm.
But
Anyway, it looks like we're going to get started with the next game
I'd
now.
love to see like Pakistan or Thailand or
Yeah.
somewhere where there are a lot of players who don't often get the opportunity to play.
Yeah.